we are available on the YouTube also. Okay, so we are continuing from where we stopped this chapter, and this is about we were talking about the applied history. Where can we apply history? What is the use of doing history? So where we can apply, we were seeing some different disciplines. Disciplines means different fields. Like we did disciplines like history, archaeology, sociology, anthropology, political science, economics, etc. We were talking about these different things. Okay. Now we are going one step ahead, where we will talk about how is this history, or where is this history basically applied in humanities. So in humanities, when we talk, roots of philosophy have been through mythological stories, can be found in mythological stories. Okay, what do you mean by this? We mean by saying this that if you want to know anything of history, the roots start from mythological stories. Mythological means we talk about gods. So I think enough we have spoken about gods and everything. Okay? We were discussing yesterday how was Sita Mata born, and we got the answer to it. Sita Mata was born basically and naturally from a, अच्छा किसको पता है सीता माता कहाँ पैदा हुए थे, कैसे पैदा हुए, कहाँ से आए थे? Anyone?
जमीन से.
Very good. And yeah, say out. Mihir, what is the answer?
Sir, from ground.
She came from the ground is correct, but more than that, वो तो उनकी माता थी. But वो पैदा जब हुए, she came from peahen egg. Peacock के egg से आए थे वो. Okay, the female peacock is called a peahen. Okay, गौरी, ज़्यादा ये मत शॉक मत हो, मम्मी को पूछना, स्टोरी मालूम पड़ेगा तुम लोग को वो भी. Okay, so this is what history comes from. It comes from mythological stories. This is the starting of our history. Various disciplines have their philosophies under humanities. Okay, philosophies is a part of humanities, and everything is history and anthropology and political science and everything. They all have their theories based on philosophy. Only historical knowledge can help us in understanding these developmental stages. Okay, these stages, what we are studying, how history has developed, you can only understand with its history itself. So how do you go about that? We have documented and kept whatever we knew, whatever we know, whatever is the reality. We have kept in our government offices and all this. So we get to see that what are the history, whatever was there in the past, it is from there we have developed our history. Okay. People asking for admission. Okay. Moving ahead. People often ask about the practicality or practical value of this history. Okay, nobody knows where history came from. Why do we study history? So many students keep asking us, why do we study history? They are dead and we are learning about them. It's not just that. The answer to this question is in the applied history as well. Okay, so when you are studying, where you apply history. Okay, like one example again, I'll make you recollect this. We were studying that tourism is developed. So when you go to different places and you want to know about their history, so we need people telling history of that place. So this is where they are getting employment. They become tourist guides, and these tour guides are earning money out of it today. Then there are some people like in the turtle chapter last year in English you have studied. Okay, the sea turtles chapter. So local people were there. They used to just sell off that egg, and they used to break the eggs and start cooking and eating it. But later on, this NGO went and helped them, and then they made them understand you can make it as a profession. You can use it in a different way altogether. Okay. Just 1 second. Some more people coming in still. Okay. The visible and invisible relics of the past also exist in the present. Okay, so we have a lot of relics. Okay, now what are relics? If you see, relics are supposed to be a lot of written material of the past. Okay, They are all written materials of the past, and it's an some object of the earlier time. It is something which is you can find through history that it is something as very old. Suppose you get a very old kind of a gold coin. Okay, so then that would be a part of the relics. Next, the visible and invisible relics. A lot of things which are there still with us. Some of the things that we have lost forever. Okay, so both the things are part of the history. We nurture some kind of curiosity and attraction towards them. Okay, like I told you about the PN egg and Sita Mata appearing from that. Now that will create curiosity in you. And you're going to find out. If not find out, at least you will read somewhere, you will recollect. This was told to you in the history lecture by me also. We wish to know more about their history because they represent the creative thoughts and traditions of our ancestors.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, what is the meaning of curiosity?
Curiosity मतलब अंदर से एक्साइटमेंट होता है कोई चीज का हम लोग हमको जानने की लालसा होती है कोई चीज. That's the typical Hindi words what they would use to explain this. So when you see visible and invisible things of the past, like I'll give you an example again. When you go to a king's palace, you see the old things of that palace, and then you wonder, "Ye cheez us time bhi tha kya?" So then that is a curiosity, and out of curiosity, you read, what is given there. You try to find out how it was. Okay, like I don't know whether I gave you this example or not. Did I tell you about my visit to Hyderabad sometime back? Dijal, did I mention this example earlier?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So I had been to Hyderabad, and there we had gone to see the Nizam's things, the Nizam of Hyderabad. Okay, one of the enemies of our Shivaji Maharaj, if you remember. So Nizam, that time when we went there, was such a filthy rich person. I've always heard about it in history. Okay, my teacher also has taught me about that in the past. But the best part was I never knew that this Nizam was so very rich, and he was one of the greediest ones also. Okay, what he has been doing is, even his plate which was served to him for eating food, okay, that used to get cracked if there was poison mixed in that food. जो प्लेट में वो खाना खाते थे ना, उसको एक ऐसा केमिकल से बनाया गया था, it will crack if there is poison mixed with the food. Because he had so many enemies, that's why they used to use this kind of scientific systems. So science was then there also. But today it has become more of a history. We get to see this. So then I was curious to know that, where is that plate? Show me that plate. And then she pointed out, this is the plate. That's a cup and saucer, what he used to use. So this is how history attracts you a lot. And, you have an entry ticket to go to such places then. And you don't mind when you see real things of the past. I mean, I saw that 365 days of the year, he had some number of rooms where stitching went on of his royal robes. Not one day he used to repeat this cloth. He was so rich, and he was so very, for himself he used to spend. He was a spendthrift, what we call. खर्चा करने की आदत थी उसको अपने ऊपर. We wish to know more about their history because they represent creative thoughts and traditions of the ancestors. Then we realize, अच्छा हम लोग इतने rich थे क्या? हमारा king कभी एक कपड़ा भी repeat नहीं करता था. Of course, he was not our king, but just an example, just to add up. Okay. It helps in building our identity. The history of our heritage links us with our origin. Okay. When we read history, it links us with our origin. Let's take the best example here. So many Maharashtrians with us in the group right now. And most of them, they believe in Shivaji Maharaj. Why? Because they have heard about the stories. So you feel proud, you're a Maharashtrian. You're in the state of Maharashtra. Why? Because it's the land of Shivaji Maharaj. You don't know much about him, but you feel very happy about yourself that you are a part, and you're a part of the community today. And your king is remembered so much because of this. Rather, I should say our king. Even I am a part of Maharashtra. Hence, it becomes necessary to preserve and conserve it for the future, for our benefit and for future generation.
विकास सर,
हाँ जी मैम.
विकास सर,
या बोलिए बोलिए.
सर आपको कोई वेटिंग पे दिख रहा है क्या?
मुझे 4 जन दिख रहे हैं मगर मैं उनको बार बार इधर अलाउ कर रहा हूँ, बट इट इज नॉट एडमिटिंग. आई डोंट नो, उनका कोई नेटवर्क इशू
हाँ तो
होगा.
वो नेटवर्क इशू होगा. ठीक है, मैं ग्रुप में डाल देती हूँ सर, क्योंकि वो लोग का ग्रुप में बार बार चालू है.
अच्छा ठीक है. सौरभ का
मैं
और
डाल
सिद्धांत
देती
का
हूँ.
आ रहा है इसमें. सौरभ के 3 आइडेंटिटीज दिख
किनका?
रहे हैं. सौरभ के.
हाँ सर, वो नेटवर्क, हाँ इससे पहले जो कॉलेज सेक्शन का जो इसमें मैं लेक्चर बैठी थी ना, उसमें भी सेम इशू
ओके,
आ रहा था
क्योंकि
सर.
3 बार उसके नाम दिख रहे हैं मगर
तो
वो
जी,
एडमिट नहीं हो पा रहा है. सो आई एम ट्राइंग अगेन एंड अगेन
हाँ
उनको एडमिट करूं मैं, बट वो पता नहीं उनका नेटवर्क इशू हो रहा है शायद.
नहीं नहीं, मैं डाल देती हूँ, मैं ग्रुप में
ठीक है
डाल
मैम,
देती
नो प्रॉब्लम.
हूँ. ओके.
Let's come back to this. So we were talking about you take pride in that heritage of yours. Hence it becomes necessary to preserve and conserve it for the future. आज तुम्हारे माँ बाप ने तुमको बताया कि मराठा कल्चर क्या है. Okay, गुड़ी पड़वा के दिन क्या करने का. Okay, how that bamboo is tied up with a sari and then there is a coconut which is hanging over this. This is such a concept that none of the Maharashtrians forget. When Ganpati comes, I have never heard a Maharashtrian calling some Brahmin from outside and telling, do my Ganesh Tapna. I've seen each and every Maharashtrian doing it himself and herself. They sing the bhajans, holy bhajans themselves. They know the entire puja so very well themselves. Okay, Naivedyam, what we call. Okay? You make the thalis. You actually know what time you have to offer the
Sir.
food to God. Yes.
Sir, can you revise because I entered now?
I'll talk to you a little later. Okay. Right now, what I'm there in the flow, just keep hearing. क्योंकि ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं हुआ अभी तक. Okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
कौन है? ओमकार है क्या वो भी?
No, sir. Shreyas.
Okay, Shreyas, you have just come in. Don't worry, you have not lost much. Okay, so those screen slides हमारे गए हैं आगे, but we are talking where history is applied. History का काम क्या होता है आगे पीछे. Okay, so we are talking. अभी flow चल रहा है, मैं अभी immediate नहीं बोल सकता हूँ, so just keep hearing ahead now. Hence
Okay,
it
sir.
becomes necessary to preserve and conserve it for the future. आज तुम लोग बच्चे लोग सीख रहे हो, महाराष्ट्रन families के बच्चे लोग. आगे तुम लोग अपने generations को सिखाओगे और थोड़ा और बड़े होगे, तुम लोग जो डैडी आज काम करते हैं खुद से करोगे. You know how to, where the murti has to be kept, which direction it has to be kept, how you do the Ganesh Thapna, you know the entire stotras and mantras, you recite the entire bhajans yourself. I've been to so many Maharashtrian houses, they all keep singing. And I keep wondering, अरे मम्मी को भी आता है, उसके grandmother को भी आता है, उसके grandfather को भी आता है, उसके daddy मम्मी सबको आता है ये चीज. So this is how the future generations get the benefit of history. You have learned from the parents, you have learned from your grandparents, and you will give it to your children and your grandchildren further. It is concerned with preservation and conservation of our heritage, and it should be available to our people. Everything is available for our people. We are preserving our culture. We are conserving our culture. We are passing it on. I mean, I see 2 Maharashtrians meeting, 2 South Indians meeting, they always speak in their typical languages. A South Indian may be a Keralite, he may be a Malayalam, he may be a Kannada, he may be some kind of Andhra Pradesh person. But they all speak in their own specific languages the moment they meet the same caste and community people. This is the way you are conserving and preserving your heritage. Heritage management brings opportunities and of employment. जो लोग heritage बना के रखते हैं ना अपना, heritage means old cultures, old traditions. Okay, so when you go to any kind of a temple, you see the temple has been following from last 80 years, 100 years, some tradition, and that is continued till date, till now. Okay, it helps to understand to find the right direction of our future. This all what we do, we manage, we preserve, we conserve our heritage. This is helping to find the right of direction for our future. It is directing you for your future. It is going to direct your children for the future. The management of cultural and natural heritage. Now, what is this management of cultural and natural heritage? दो टाइप का heritage होता है. Heritage मतलब वो होता है जो हम लोग अपने लिए प्रिजर्व करके रखते हैं. वो ओल्ड बिल्डिंग हो सकता है, वो कल्चर का पार्ट हो सकता है, वो ट्रेडिशन का पार्ट हो सकता है, वो रिचुअल्स हो सकता है. ओके, ये सब वर्ड्स का मीनिंग बताऊंगा मैं. It is in the form of human creation. Cultural heritage means human beings created it. Suppose temple that we made some 80 years back, 100 years back. Let's talk, something like Vaishno Devi. There is a place in north called as Vaishno Devi. That's a human creation. Yeah, it was created by a lot of people. Why? Because they believe that Mata went and hid there. Mata went from one edge to another edge, and they have made one very nice cave there and kept. So this is a human creation. Now, even this kind of cultural heritages are of two types. One is tangible, one is intangible cultural heritage. Tangible means you can see it, you can feel it, you can touch it. When you can see, feel, and touch, it is called tangible. When you cannot see, feel, and touch, but you know it is there, then that is intangible. Okay? Example बात करते हैं हम लोग. This type of heritage includes ancient sites. Okay, you see any ancient building, ancient type of mahal. When you go to Jaipur, you see the Hawa Mahal and things like that. Building artifacts. Artifacts means some hanging things, there. They made some decorative articles in their palaces. What you see, photographs you see, no, not photographs, portraits. What you see, because the olden days they used to have portraits. They are all a part of the artifacts. Some things they made, some kind of toys they used to use. These are artifacts of the past. Manuscripts means some written material with them. कोई पुराने जमाने का हमको लिखा हुआ चीज मिल गया तो हमने उसको ग्लास केस में बंद करके रख दिया. तो मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट को हम लोग प्रिजर्व कर रहे हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि फ्यूचर जनरेशन को ये सब देखते मिलना चाहिए. Sculptures and paintings, some kind of statues, they are sculpturing, and paintings you know very well. So these are all examples of tangible cultural heritage. And intangible cultural heritage, this includes oral traditions. Okay, like when you talk the Gayatri Mantra. Okay, so Om Bhut Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam. When you say that, this is an oral tradition, Gayatri Mantra. Okay, when you talk something as a stotra, Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharata, this is an oral tradition. Okay, and now when you're seeing in Mahabharata, the serial which is coming nowadays on television, which we as kids have seen, your parents and I, these are oral traditions. महाभारत हुआ था किसने देखा नहीं हम लोग ने, बट हमने भी ये सीरियल देख के हमको स्टोरीज मालूम पड़ा कि हमारे एंसेस्टर्स कैसे थे, महाभारत में क्या हुआ था, रामायण में क्या हुआ था. So these are oral traditions, and then from there the Bhagavad Gita, गीता का सार, what they call, जो होता है होने दो, okay, जैसा होता है होने दो, रहने दो, these are all गीता का सार. All these wordings have come from oral traditions, traditional knowledge. There used to be a lot of traditional knowledge, okay, and traditional skills also. So here I was giving an example of a movie. So some years back, okay, not too many years back, but yeah, for you maybe a little past. Okay, so we had this movie coming up. The movie's name is Hindustani. You see that movie, you will see that, like, you may feel it's a South Indian movie dubbed, but the main character doing that movie, he has done a double role in that. His name is Kamal Haasan. Okay, Chachi 420 picture देखा है? वो Chachi 420 में चाची बनता है. Very renowned character of Indian film industry actually. So that man has done the role of a Hindustani. He wears a Hindustani. He's from the this thing. He's from the Indian army. And when he leaves the army, he retires. He sees many officers are becoming corrupt. So he doesn't like that. So he goes to those officers, makes a nice plan, and then attacks on them and kills them. But nobody can catch hold of him. But how does he kill? He kills with some kind of a different kind of a fight. When you see this movie, okay, Shreyash, you please be serious. Okay. When you see that movie, you realize that he doesn't kill by any kind of a gun or some kind of weapon. His weapon is his hand. He uses techniques. मतलब कोई उसको अटैक करता है ना पीछे से, वो पीछे घूम के उसको उंगली मारता है. And the way he holds his fingers, this is a traditional skill he knows. And he teaches a lot of people that kind of tradition in his school. See the movie, you will enjoy it. I'm telling you, every scene of that movie is excellent. And why am I talking? See this
सर
today.
मूवी का नाम क्या है?
हिंदुस्तानी नाम, और इसका हिंदुस्तानी 2 बन रहा है अभी. आई मीन आई वाज श्योर दैट दिस ईयर दिस मूवी वुड हैव कम, बट अभी लॉकडाउन की वजह से आई डोंट नो हाउ दैट मूवी इज शूटिंग एंड यू नो कैरेक्टर्स प्ले फर्दर. दिस मूवी सीक्वल वाज गोइंग टू कम दिस ईयर, and I was very much and that Kamal Hassan has already declared this is his last movie for the film industry. After this, he's already into politics, by the way. He has joined the AAP party. Okay, he's there in the AAP party now. He's become a politician, by the way. But he makes very good movies and very typical movies like the South people make, you know. So do see his movie and do enjoy. What I'm trying to say through that movie is there are traditional fighting skills. Okay, then even he knew something like how we make Ayurvedic medicines, काढ़ा बनाने का, so how to heal. अगर कुछ जख्म हो गया तो वो सब पिक्चर में दिखाया है, and something very typical what you will get to see. This is, you know, the traditional skills. Then there are social customs. Sati system was a social custom. Okay, and social customs and rituals. Rituals क्या होता है? Rituals means during festivals हम लोग जो you know, अच्छा ठीक है, let's talk in a very sad tone. When somebody dies, you know, तो हम लोग अग्नि संस्कार करते हैं. So this is a social ritual, you can say. Social custom means दिवाली की पूजा करते हैं, वो customs हो गया. Ritual means जब आदमी मरता है तो उसको नहलाया जाता है, उसको नया कपड़ा पहनाया जाता है, और सिर्फ एक जोड़ी, not even a जोड़ी कपड़ा it is. It's just one raw cloth which is kept on him and he's covered. His body is covered with that. These are some rituals that we perform. Communities, groups showing traditional skills and customs. So all these things are cultural heritage. Where you go to different cities, you will get to know their culture. Okay, so suppose how people used to take a holy bath early morning in a particular great bath system. When you talk about Mohenjo-daro and Harappa civilization, so this is an example of a traditional skill and customs. Let's come to some places now. Natural heritage, on the other end, it gives importance to the thought of biodiversity. It includes flora, plant life, and the fauna, that is the animal life, and then the ecology, that is the surroundings, the environment, and how everything stayed together. Like you see a plant life and an animal life of a particular lake, of a river. How many coastal areas and seashells and, you know, different kinds of octopus living there and a seahorse living there. So these kinds of things, when we hear, these are natural heritages. Again, going back to the same chapter, the turtles chapter, that is a natural heritage. Now, when such things are found, first we record and document it. The moment it becomes a document, it goes in history. But after that, it is beneficial for the future generations to preserve our heritage. UNESCO, the global organization, has announced some directives. Directives means rules to promote cultural and natural heritage. So that we go there, we should find out. That's why they have put it in history. They're trying to promote what? Tourism out of that. Some places are being declared as World Heritage Sites by the UNESCO. On this thing itself, we have an English chapter later on to do. It will be a chapter about UNESCO we'll be doing that time, somewhere in the last unit in English. On the basis of these directives, list of sites and traditions are declared as World Heritage Sites. The list of UNESCO's World Heritage now includes Western Ghats and the Khas Plateau. I've shown you an example of Khas Plateau. आज तक हमको ये नहीं पता है कि ये नाम का कोई प्लेटो है हमारे पास, और ये हमारे villages हैं महाराष्ट्र के. It is somewhere on the border. Okay, border of Maharashtra it is, towards the southern part, southeastern part. Cultural and natural heritage management is one of the main aspects of applied history. हम लोग ये सब जगहों को क्यों संभाल के रख रहे हैं, क्या देखना चाहते हैं हम लोग कि हमारा कल्चरल और नेचुरल हेरिटेज मेंटेन्ड है, it is well managed, so that people come to see it and then they get to know about the past events like this. और उससे वो लोग को ही फायदा होता है, क्यों? Because we have to take a ticket and go and check these places. When we see these places, then we get to know the different cultures of the different places. So they get money, and that money is spent upon their own people. They can give them jobs, they can pay their salaries. So that is why whenever we go, they charge us these ticket charges there. The work of conservation and preservation of cultural heritage falls under the jurisdiction. Okay? ये conservation करना और preservation ये सब world heritages का, ये किसका काम है? UNESCO का. But UNESCO is a global thing. It cannot go in all countries and sit there and see which place is good and bad. Are they maintaining it or not? So that's why it comes under the jurisdiction. हिंदी में हज बोलते हैं जिसको. It comes under the jurisdiction of Archaeological Survey of India, ASI in short, and ISDA, that is India State Departments of Archaeology. Okay, these are two different parts which are offices of the cultural and natural heritages for us. इसका देख रेख करना इनका काम है. So basically it is the state government which does this work. Okay, because it belongs to their state, the site is in their state, now they have to take care of this. Besides that, there is INTAC, Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage, which is actively working in this field. It requires participation of experts from various fields. Okay, बहुत सारे experts होते हैं. Then they say, you know, ये चीज ये जमाने की है, ये चीज वो particular year की हो सकती है, वो king उस time पे rule करते थे, and then they get more information, and then it is kept in a museum for us, so that we get a knowledge of that, the past events. Because museum also, it's a government office, government gets some money from there, okay, just to preserve those things, and we get knowledge from that. Okay, and state departments are there, again, they can promote tourism for themselves. They need to be duly aware of their cultural, political, and social histories. Okay? We all have to be aware of our culture, politics, and our social, that's our society, and histories of that. Principles applied during history are useful in creating awareness among them. Okay, there are some principles applied in history. Basically rules. Some rules are made so that history can be preserved of the entire state, of the entire country, and then we can earn money out of it. So that's why this chapter is called Applied History. How to earn money out of history. What all kind of jobs it can create. Now, first principle of the rule is the operations necessary for conservation, preservation, and development can be handled without causing any change in its original state. Whatever places we are preserving and keeping with us safe, okay, there should be no changes, no kind of changes should be there. इसका एक एग्जांपल मैं देता हूँ. हम लोग एक चैप्टर करेंगे आगे चल के इंग्लिश में, and that is going to talk about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. When we talk that chapter now, you will understand his nature in that. Basically, the chapter is for his nature to understand. How nice. He was scientific as well as he was artistic. But at the same time, one day when he was very young and small, they wanted to start the office of ISRO in a part of Kerala. So they had to go and they had to ask permission from a great person. There was a priest of a church, and that place what they wanted, it had a church there on it. It had a village there on it. So now what is going to happen? Obviously they have to take away those places, then only the office can start. They went to request, and that person really helped them a lot. This is all what we are going to study about. The local people, their social structure, psychology, challenges faced by them, it all can be surveyed in details. So before you go to a place and be there, okay, you have to survey it, you have to understand how this place is. Precautions can be taken to avoid hurting the sentiments of local people. Participation of local people can be facilitated, and systematic plan can be designed to employ local people in a creative way. Okay. By the way, it's less than 1 minute. Tomorrow's lecture we'll be completing this chapter, and we are starting with civics in first chapter, political science. Okay. I'll just talk about this quickly. So first find places, then keep them safe, keep them secure, keep them nicely there, and take people, local people also into this thing, so that their sentiments are not hurt, and teach them something which will become useful for them in the future out of that. Okay, I stop talking here. You have any doubts, you can ask. Bolo jaldi, हाँ किसी को कोई डाउट है क्या?